So I've led Yeovil to dead bottom of the league, and that is enough. I am handing in my resignation. Goodbye Yeovil, this is the end. So that was a depressing start to the episode, guys, but at the end of the day, we want to have fun at the end of FIFA, and I think a road to glory at the end of a FIFA game is kind of silly. Like, obviously there's no new updates or anything for the game, and it just gets very, very, very dull. So to change this all up and to go in a completely different direction, we are doing a Super League Glory to Champions. I don't even know. I don't even know what to call it yet. But we're doing a Super League with a bunch of the best teams from around the world. And if you're wondering why Bournemouth are amongst them, it's because I'm going to be taking Bournemouth to the very, very top. We are taking part in the Champions Cup and a Premier League filled with the world's best teams. I have given myself a financial takeover because I want to get straight in and attract some of the best talent from around the world to bring them into Bournemouth. Obviously, we're going to have a limited budget because we don't have players that cost a lot. So our budget is going to be very, very limited to just the financial takeover for the first season. But we're going to have that money to bring in some good players. Some of the teams we're going to be up against are Arsenal, Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich, Chelsea, Dortmund, FC Barcelona, FC Porto, Inter Milan, Juventus, Liverpool, City, United, Milan again, Napoli, PSG, Real Madrid, Roma, Spurs and Valencia. So it's not going to be an easy season no matter what. I want to show you very, very quickly before we get into some new players for the club what the team looks like and what players are going to be out the door, and there is a lot. So this is the starting 11 how it stands. Obviously I've brought in some of our summer transfer players that have happened in real life. We brought in Jefferson Lerma, Rico and Brooksy that is on the bench. The starting 11 is pretty bog standard for Bournemouth. We do have a very, very limited bench, and most of these players that you see now are going to be out the door. Every player in the reserves here is out. Every single one of them is either on the transfer list for a loan or a permanent move away from the club. On the bench, France is going to be sticking around only because he's our captain. Daniel's on the transfer market, Gosling's on the transfer market, Boussaint's up for loan, Defoe's on the transfer market, Stanislas is on the transfer market. None of the starting 11 is on the transfer market, but I am looking to bring in a new goalkeeper, so Begovic will be our replacement if he gets injured. Rico will stay as our left back for now. Ake's going to be staying in the starting 11. Cook will probably stick around for now. Hopefully bring in a centre half to play alongside Ake. Smith will probably be a backup. Cook and Lerma are going to start for us because I know both of them grow really, really well in Ultimate Team, and they will be 80 rated in no time. King and Wilson, I think one of them will be in the starting 11. The other one will be our backup striker. Fraser and Ibe will probably be rotation players. If any of them stick around, Ibe will be the one because he's 21 years young and he's got good potential. So that's how the starting 11 starts. I've basically told you who's on the transfer market, so I don't have to show you that now. If we jump over to the transfer hub, I will show you guys who we're going to be approaching. So as it stands, guys, I've gone through some of the top clubs in the world, taking a look at some of the players I think I could bring into the club and some of the ones I want to approach to see where their head is at and where our transfer negotiation skills are at the moment. I want to go for a right back, and Thomas Meunier and Alessandro Florenzi are two of the ones that I really, really value quite highly. Florenzi will only cost us between 20 and 30 million, which is very, very good value for a very, very talented right back, a very versatile right back as well. Meunier is kind of the same deal. I think he's going to be around the same price, if not a little bit more expensive, and I don't think he's going to be available because I think he's a new transfer for PSG in this season. Stones and Koulibaly are two centre halves I value quite highly. Again, Stones has got a 30 million release clause, so I'll probably look to get him for a little bit cheaper than that. If not, we can activate that. That shouldn't affect us too much, but I'm not going to attempt to buy him just yet. Tolisso, Dybala and Oscar are some midfielders I really, really value, and I think Oscar I'm going to go for straight away because he's a free agent. If we can snap him up, I think he'll fit into the lineup quite well. He's 82 rated at 25 years young, and he's valued at 20 million already. So one good season with us, his value could skyrocket, and that could be a way we can get some money into the club. Gareth Bale and Irving Lozano are wingers that I'm interested in bringing in, but Gareth Bale I kind of just want to approach to see how much Real Madrid are willing to let him go for. I probably won't bring him in, but if I do, it'll be next season. If there is a next season, that is. Lozano, I need to scout, but he has recently joined the club, so I won't be able to bring him in until January. Moving on, we've got Greasy Griezmann and Gabriel Jesus. Two players that I'm going to approach to buy. If I'm going to be honest, I think Gabriel Jesus will be the one that I go for. But again, he has recently joined the club, so I probably won't be able to get into January as well. Neymar is literally just there because Neymar, Bale, Ronaldo and Messi, at one point, either this episode or next, I'm going to try and sign them. I know going into it, I won't have enough money, but I'm interested to see how much negotiation is going to be available for us. Especially as, if I go back really, really quickly, right now, this is our transfer budget. If I, approximately, we got 100 million. And 200,000 in the wage budget. That's not a bad budget. It's fairly standard for a top tier club. But it's going to be the fact that we haven't got enough value in the club as it stands. So we don't really have a budget like an Ozil to offload for like 60 million. So we can bring in two big names. We've only got enough to bring in like one big name or a couple of really, really talented players. So really, I want to bring in Oscar. That's where I'm going to stand as it stands at the beginning of this career mode. Obviously, I don't want to do too much. This is just like a promo as it is because it's going to be me showing you the end of this Road to Glory Yeovil for now. And it's going to be introducing the new series idea to see how it fares and see what ideas I get from you guys as well. So to start the career mode, guys, I want to bring in a centre attacking mid. We don't really have one, and we've only got Brooksy, who's a centre attacking mid, but he's not going to be in the starting 11. Oscar is just a no-brainer, really. He's an 82 rated player. We know from previous FIFAs that he's a very talented player, and I think Oscar could be a good start for having quality in that midfield. Obviously, he'll be our first player to be above 80 rated, and we don't have to offer him any sort of transfer fee. We've just got to sort his wages out, and there, his recommended wage is only 29,000. Now, I don't want to offer him too high a role, just in case we do bring in a player that will knock him out of the starting 11. So if I say important, he should accept that fairly quickly. But because we're only a 4-star club, he's probably going to want crucial. But we'll see what he says. Yeah, he wants crucial. I'm not going to lose him because of that. I'm just going to accept it. He is going to be crucial for the first season, and I don't really want to lose out of a free player just because of a stupid role. So he's asking for 4 years, but I want all my players I want on a 5-year deal because I don't want to faff about with contract negotiations and stuff like that. It shouldn't be a problem, there we go, but it will reflect in his wage. I don't want a release clause because that's when we lose him for cheap. He's going to let me sort out his wages, which is very, very dodgy. They're recommending giving him 29, so I'm just going to outright give him 29, and I'll give him 100k signing on bonus because that really won't break the bank. So as always in these FIFA career modes, our client is a diva and they're just the money grabbers. That's all they are, and it's the same every single career mode. They can never just outright accept what they want. They always have to try and get a little bit more. Now he wants 330,000 as a signing bonus, which I'm not happy with because that takes me below 100 million, which is not where I wanted to start. His appearance bonus is just ridiculous, so I'm going to remove that because if he's a crucial player, he's going to be playing 15 games for the club. So that's just basically him saying that I want another 330,000, and I'm not up for that. So I think I'm going to edit the wage, give him more wages outright, which is going to be 25k. And if I knock this down to 250, we should still be above 100 million. And I'll give him 26,000. Let's just try and get him into the club. That's a fair amount. He's really, really starting to get on my nerves. What is the difference? Like, I'm giving you more wages and now you still want that signing bonus? Come on. So we're going to give him the 29,000 and the 250. If not, I'm just going to accept it. Okay, so there we go. That's actually good. So we've given him 250,000 up front and he's going to be on 29,000 a week. But that does mean, guys, we have signed our first player for the club. Now let's go see if he's in our squad. I hope he is. Otherwise, I'm not going to be happy. There he is. Oscar has returned to the Premier League, and those stats I'm actually extremely happy with. I mean, his passing's above 80, his finishing is above 70. For a centre attacking mid, that's always good. His ball control's decent. Has he still got 4-star skills? Of course he does. He's got medium attacking work rate and high defensive work rate. What the hell? That means I could probably stick him in centre mid if we played a 4-3-3. I mean, that's kind of good considering that I am looking to bring in a winger. He's got long shot taker and technical dribbler, and he's got acrobat, which is awesome. But he has only got 36 strength, which could be a problem. But I hope that we can work around that. We're definitely getting rid of Pew, so I can send him down the pecking order, and we'll do that. We'll put him straight into the starting 11, which means we're going to have to drop someone from the starting 11. Fraser's going to sit on the bench for now, and I'm going to put King out on the left and Ibe out on the right. And that's a decent starting 11 to start with. So Oscar's slotted in quite nicely. That's a good start, and it hasn't really cost us much. For an 82 rated player as well, I'm really happy with. There's not going to be any gameplay to start. I'm kind of interested in sorting out some training now. We need to think who's going to stick about. Now, King and Wilson are going to stick about no matter what, but who's going to be our starter? Callum Wilson's English, so straight away I favoritise him. So I'm going to put him on attacking scenarios because I want to get him above 80 straight away, especially if he's going to be a starter. Ibe's going to be sticking about no matter what, so we're going to put him on dribble possession. Who else are we looking at? We're looking at Jefferson Lerma and Cook, definitely. Lerma will put on advanced defending, and Cook probably raises passing ability, might be a good place to start. But his dribbling is kind of low, so I guess we'll put his stamina up a bit if he's going to be playing week in, week out. Defensively, I want Ake to get above 80 no matter what, so we're going to put him on defending endurance, because advanced defending and defending endurance are both doing the same, so it doesn't really matter there. And we're going to simulate all. That'll be how we start our training. I think that's really good. All of those have got potential. It's good to see that Lerma and Cook have got the potential sign. It means they can stick about because we can get them above 80 no matter what. So straight away, the clear out begins. We have a transfer offer for Steve Cook. It's not someone who I'm looking to get rid of. I will negotiate because I do want to bring Stones in. Really, to get rid of Steve Cook, I'm going to be looking to get above 10 million. So 15 mil to start because I'm not really interested in getting rid of him. They're looking at 8. That's still extremely, extremely low. I don't really work with sell-on clauses because I'm not really going to benefit much. I don't really want to get rid of Steve Cook if I'm honest. Out of all of them, I'd rather keep him. They're going up by $1 million. It looks like they don't really want to break that 10 million mark. I really don't want to lose him, so I'm not really going to stoop to their level. They're not looking to give me any sort of good money, so I'm not really interested in getting rid of him. Looking at other stuff we've got in the inbox, it's kind of the basic stuff in it. It's just rubbish. Scout report, not interested in. And the transfer window's open, which I kind of guessed that when we signed Oscar. So we've got players demanding game time. I'm not really interested in that, and I'm not really interested in losing Steve Cook. So it's kind of a slow start. It's kind of like no one's interested in our players. I'm not really surprised that they're not interested in people like Brad Smith, because I'm not interested in Brad Smith, so that's not really a surprise to me. I'm going to simulate throughout this whole tournament. It'd be good to like get a good result in it because we get more money, but it's not really life-changing money, so I'm not really bothered. But that's a great start. Oscar gets a double on his debut against Real Sociedad, so it wasn't an easy game. Ake gets on the score sheet as well, so that was a really, really good start for the club. Especially Oscar getting that double. That is amazing news for the club. Moving on, we're coming up against Leipzig. I should really do this these training sessions because the quicker we get these players above 80, the quicker we're going to get good results in the league. We're going to simulate against Leipzig and hope for a good result here as well. If we skip past all of this, we get another win. King getting on the score sheet this time, and it's a clean sheet. This is great news for the club, especially we're going against good teams, like really, really good teams. Next game, we come up against Borussia Mönchengladbach. I don't think we're going to get a bad result here. We got a draw, but Oscar's scoring still, which is really, really good news for the club. Like, that's a great signing. And as someone who haven't used this FIFA, and we're into the semi-final, which is amazing news. We're going to do the same sort of training. This is kind of going to be an uncut sort of episode for you guys, really. It's kind of just the setup. Like, next episode is going to be a lot more fluent, and it's going to flow a lot nicer, and we're going to get a lot more done. But for now, it's just the boring bits. Getting rid of some of the dead weight and basically getting through the friendlies, because as soon as we get through the friendlies, the transfer window we can really knuckle down on. So we got our first transfer offer that I'm actually interested in. He's valued at 1.6 and they've already offered above the odds, which is great news. I want to get as much as I can out of these sort of players, so 2.3 I would be really happy if they could give me that. They're not going to give me that, but they are going to go 1.9 with a 5% sell-on clause. I'm actually going to accept. That's a really good offer for Federici. He ain't no good, and I ain't going to get big money for him, so I'm happy to see him go. So we got $1 million from the tournament, getting through the group stages, which is great news. We've got some scout reports, which we're going to look at in a bit. I want to get through the tournament first, and we're up against kind of a dead team. We're against Alaves. So we're not really going to lose against this, I wouldn't have thought. We have got an offer for our captain this time, which actually I said I wasn't going to do. But I am going to negotiate because they're actually offering decent money. I don't want to lose our captain if I'm honest, so I'm going to ask for 6 million and I hope they're not going to walk out. But if they offer me somewhere near 5 million, I'm actually going to consider letting him go. They denied giving us 6, so I'm going to ask for 5.5, and they've actually given us 4.6, which is actually a really good offer, and I'm going to accept no matter what. That is a really, really good offer, guys. I know we're losing the captain, but we're going to have to lose a lot of players because they're not going to get in. So, bad news for the club. This is the first bit of bad news. Florenzi has gone to Valencia. I didn't see it coming. I got the message that interest was shown, and as soon as I saw it, I went straight to the transfer hub and the deal had already gone through. The deal had already gone through and we missed out on the player I was actually interested in getting. I probably would have picked him up over Munio as well because his wages are lower. I mean, we've got all the scout reports back, so looking at it, Stones would be a really easy one to get. I think we'll get him straight away next episode. Beginning next episode, we'll pick up Stones. Koulibaly, maybe in January I might go for. Tolisso has only just moved, so we're going to have to wait for January anyway. But I am interested in picking up Tolisso. I think a midfield 3 of Lerma, Tolisso and Lewis Cook would be deadly. Dybala I might chuck in a cheeky offer for. I don't think we're going to pick him up, but he was the player that I was talking about. Oscar might have to sit on the bench if we bring in Dybala, but I doubt we're going to pick him up. Bale I'm interested in putting in a bid for. I'm looking to put in a bid about 65 million, and if I can get that, I think we can pick up Bale. Lozano, again, have to wait for January for him. Griezmann, I'm interested in signing. Gabriel Jesus would be a January. I think if we can't sign a striker now, we'll get Jesus in January. That'll be the way the series goes. And Neymar has only just moved anyway, so he's a pointless one to have on the shortlist anyway, so I'm going to remove him. So, to wrap up this episode, guys, we're going to see if we can win the European International Cup. We're into the semi-final against Alaves. I think we can get through this. I shouldn't see a problem with us. They got a good result against Augsburg there, but I think we're on another level. Bournemouth, can we do it? Oh, a sweet flyby. Look at this. Oscar has proven to be an absolute steal. He has scored in every single round, and that, apart from one where King was the only goal scorer, but we kept a clean sheet in that game, so I'm not too bothered. Oscar is a high flyer, and he seems to be a very, very, very cheeky signing. I knew of him only because I see clubs signing him up all the time for free, and I've always wanted to try him out in FIFA 18. Never had the chance to do it because obviously the Chinese Super League's not in the game at the moment. There we go. We're doing pretty well in the training. No one's growing massively quick, but when the season starts, we ain't going to have a problem. We're up against Jefferson Lerma's previous club, Levante, and again, I don't think we're going to struggle. I think we're going to do alright. We're going to look at the offers quickly before we jump into this. Francis has sold. Press conference not interested in. Federici didn't sell, which is I'm really gutted about because they actually offered us good money for him. Again, another press conference, not interested in those. They're really pointless things to have in the game. I know that there is going to be new press conference animations in FIFA 19, which I'm really looking forward to. And you guys should too when I start my new Road to Glory. Tournament prize money, again, we got 2.6 million. That's great money for this start. Ake has picked up a 2-match ban, which is awful news. That is actually the worst news so far, apart from the Florenzi deal. So we're going to lose Ake for this, and I've just sold Francis like a complete noob. We're probably just going to have to chuck in Mingzi for the final. Shouldn't be a problem. We haven't really got much else option. We need to get that Stones deal done at the start of next episode, guys. But that's the team sheet. Let's jump into the final and hopefully get the first bit of silverware. Even if it's a friendly, it'll be a great start to the season. So here we go. The whistle has been blown in the final. I'm not going to simulate this. Oscar again on the score sheet. The guy has proven to be an absolute steal. Jordan Ive as well, proving why I'm keeping him around, because he's going to grow quickly. He's 21. Look at that, Oscar again. A double in the final, and we've actually kept a clean sheet so far. They missed the penalty. Oh, this is just too easy. Ive again. Ive and Oscar turned out to be the most dirtiest of double pairings. And there we go. First bit of silverware for the season, for the team, for the Super League. And now things get interesting, guys. Let me know in the comment section down below, who should I bring into the club? We have got a grand total of 110 million in the bank. Picking up some money from the final, picking up some money from Francis selling. The season is underway and I need yours, guys, help to let me know who I should bring in. Who do you want me to see attempt to sign? Should it be Messi? Should I put all my money into Messi? Should I put all my money into Ronaldo? Should I put all my money into Bale? Or should I spread my money out for players like Stones, like maybe an Ousmane Dembele? It's up to you, guys. Smash that like button, share my content with friends, family, social media, all that good stuff. Subscribe if you're new around here. Until next time, guys, have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.